I'm livid pissed. Livid pissed over this shit. I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. Shout out to patriotic constitutionalists for making me mad. I'm going to tell you why you made me mad here in just a second. You didn't do it intentionally. But I'm pissed. And then I thought of something else that got me more fired up. So we're going to talk about it. So starting with Sean Rowe. Who's Sean Rowe? Sean Rowe was a sergeant in in the army. He went to Afghanistan, Iraq, fought, came back, decided that he was going back to fight with the Kurds, to fight the Taliban. I get it. I understand the Taliban do terrible shit. People want to stop that when they see it firsthand. They want to do something. They want to make a difference. I get all that. Don't say I agree with it, but I get it. Regardless, for this conversation, that doesn't even matter. The other day, I made a video about Cutter Boy 32 on Freedom Inc. 2, and about this video he made. This Jason dude in the National Guard over in Afghanistan emailed Cutter Boy 32. He checks his emails. Don't check his texts, obviously. Checks his fucking emails. And he went out of his way to make a video about this dick sucker. Took the time to do it. Can't take the time to do what he says he's going to do, but he can take the time to make videos about dick suckers that change the optics so that it looks like, oh, look at me, this person over here who is a hero in the sandbox appreciates me and where I stand at fighting for your 2A freedoms. So you should support me. That's what I got out of that video. Yet he doesn't have time, after months of standing behind his own word and doing what he says he's going to do. So what's your word worth? Not dick. That's what your word's worth. My word, you can ask anybody that knows me. Anybody, fucking anybody. Whether they know me from the internet or they know me in real life. If I say I'm going to do something, by God, I'm going to do it. Come hell or high water, it's going to get done. 60 minutes of somebody's time is not a lot of time, but we've been waiting months for this live stream to happen. It's never going to happen because it can happen, because if it does happen, then I'm going to push him into a corner where he has to question his own beliefs, and he already questions his own beliefs. Anyway, I have made Cutter Boy 32 aware of Sean Rowe. I've made Guns and Gadgets aware of Sean Rowe. I have made Mr. Guns and Gear aware of Sean Rowe. And what happened? Ain't none of these motherfuckers making videos about Sean Rowe, though. Ain't nobody pointing out the truth of what happened up there. That the police had an issue with him. Issue being, he is not a bootlicker or a dick sucker, so he's not going to fucking do what they say just because they tell him to do it. So they created a crime, then put warrants out on him, and then went to his house to kidnap him, and he said, I ain't going. And then they murdered his ass when he didn't even have any guns. They drove him back into the house intentionally so then he could be shot. He was shot in the chest, the abdomen, and the extremities multiple times. Now, I'm not the dude that yells patriot. That ain't me. I'm not the dude that calls people patriots, because I'm of the firm belief that if you're alive, chances are you ain't a motherfucking patriot. Not today. This isn't 1776. Sean Rowe is a patriot, a true patriot. Yeah, where's Cutter Boy 32? Where's Mr. Guns and Gear? Where's fucking Gays and Gizmos at? Nowhere to be found. That's where. And you know they know about them, just like I know. You know why? Because I got some of their phone numbers. Well, I talked to them on the phone and shit before. So I sent them a text like, hey, check this out. But the optics of it don't look good. You know, if I'm a quote unquote 2A constitutionalist patriot, and I call out the police murdering somebody for what it is, now I'm being questioned by the motherfuckers that don't know what that shit is anyway. People that don't know what a patriot is anyway are now questioning what I am because I'm calling out what these cops are doing. Because you know, if you are anti-cop, you are a leftist libtard. Says the political polarization game, whoever runs that show. But I'm absolutely disgusted to the core. I just got a text message from patriotic constitutionalists, and the Mansfield Press had put out an article about Sean Rowe's death, and there were some obvious lies in this article, bullet points they put in there. They're not going to have them to do some cops. But these fuckers like Boy 32, Gays and Gizmos, Mr. Guns and Gear. Name your favoriteest gun tuber. Name them. Are not going to talk about it because of the optics of it. Because how they are afraid it will make them look. Because the money means more to them than anything else. Well, freedom. Cuddle Boy's not even monetized anymore. Yeah, no shit. I know he's not monetized, but I guess you missed out that he has built a massive website based off of his YouTube channel. So he's rolling it in anyway. He thinks that not reapplying for monetization is going to help him with the microscope that's been put on him. Not true. Microscope's going to stay there. But I'm disgusted with these dudes, man. I mean, I'm absolutely fucking disgusted with these gun tubers, all of them. They will sit at their comfy ass motherfucking desk and talk about dudes that are fighting for some shit that affects us in no way, shape, form, or fashion. Period. Killing goat herders in Afghanistan. There's not been a goat herder one in Afghanistan do anything to you or be a risk to you. Matter of fact, tell me of one terrorist. Tell me of one terrorist who was from Afghanistan that has affected you or this country. I'll wait. Here anyway, in this country. I'll wait. Still waiting. You can't do it. Now, I'm not saying there might not be one person that does some fucked up shit that was from Afghanistan. Probably has happened. But they're still buying into the bullshit like we were talking earlier. The narrative. The narrative never made sense to begin with, but because I bought into the political bullshit, I didn't see that it didn't make sense. And these dudes, even after being shown that it doesn't make sense, here's all the evidence. And here, I've never said anything to Cuddle Boy that I couldn't back with fact. I couldn't say, looky, look, right there. It says it right there. That's how we know. Hey, Greg Black, what's up? But I am absolutely disgusted. With more than anybody, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why I'm really mad. You want to know why I'm really mad? Because I try to look at shit at the core of the problem. I'm really mad at me. That's who I'm really mad at. Because I've invested so much time into trying to show people that have larger audiences the truth. But it's a waste of time because they suffer from confirmation bias. Well, these 200,000 people agree with what I say, so I must be right. No, those 200,000 people are just as wrong as you are. But I want to know where they're all at. And why we're not talking about Sean Rowe and his death. And why we're not talking about the circumstances that led up to his death. He didn't harm nobody. Fuck, he didn't even do anything they would consider to be a crime. They manufactured a crime on him. Because a neighbor said they heard gunshots in the country. The police show up. He says, we're fine. Go ahead and leave. Didn't come from here. And then when they came on his property, he said, I could kill you right now and be justified in doing so. Because of that, they then issued warrants for his arrest and then tried to go kidnap him. He said, fuck you, I ain't going. To me, that's some pretty patriotic shit. Because it wasn't only for him, it was for you too. If everybody stood up and did what Sean Rowe did, you would actually be free. Even if you got killed. So nobody's willing to make the sacrifice. Everybody believes in their life and their God and all this shit that they don't really believe in. You believe in your God? Then why are you afraid to die? God's plan for you to sit around and do nothing? Make videos about dick suckers? Like, the only time I say who I am, but anything about Freedom Inc., is when I'm trying to get information from a like a police station or something. I'll call and say, hey, this is Nick Bolton from Freedom Inc. Media out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm calling because blah, 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 blah. And if you noticed, anybody who's ever been in the military, for the most part, not everybody, most people who's been in the military or cops, they always have to tell you that they've been in the military or that they're cops. Because it then validates their position in their mind. It's logic fallacy is what it is. My name is Sergeant Freedom, and I'm in the 82nd Airborne. I'm not really, I'm just saying. And everything you say is correct, and I want to stroke you while I tickle your taint. And I'm such a fanboy. I love you. That's video worthy. Now somebody's going to make a video saying, hey, look, Sergeant Freedom, he's this hero who's over here fucking killing goat herders because he was told to do so. And he loves to tickle my taint while he wants to stroke me, or he wants to tickle my taint while he strokes me. So, I support him. And it makes me a better human being. No, it makes you a retard is what it makes you. It makes you even more dumb that people who have actually died here, no denying it, here, right here, see this soil? Not like this soil, but you know what I'm saying. But none of y'all were talking about these dudes. And Sean Rowe ain't the first one. Yet nobody ever talks about them. It happens more often than not now, because when you'll find out these military members, when they're told to do shit, especially when it comes from the police, a lot of them don't like to. I've been locked up with a bunch of dudes that were in the military. I was locked up with the SF guy at CRC. I forget what branch of service he was in. I only talked to him about it a couple times. But he got put in a position where he was told to do something, and he didn't agree with it, and he refused to do it. And they got him like, I think he was doing 8 years in prison. And hit a cop. But I'm like sick, dude. I am. I'm sick about this shit. And if you're sick about it too, you should contact these people. I'm not going to give you their information. Just you can find it. It's not hard to find. And you call them and let them know that they are dick-sucking bitches, because that's what they are. Bootlickers. So, some of these large YouTube channels, I've had conversations with them about being called a bootlicker. Why do people call me a bootlicker? Because you fucking are. That's why it gets to you, because you know that's what you are. You know it in your heart that's what you are. That's probably why it gets to you. Or you question it. Or you know you're not. Damn, I've never noticed this before. Oh no. Okay, that's why I never noticed it before. I don't know. Maybe that's not the reason. Maybe it's because they really believe that they're not, but they are. And it disgusts me. They want to act like there's these good fucking cops in the world, but they're unwilling to call out the bad ones. That's why we don't trust your judgment about the good ones, because there is no good ones. If Jesus Christ himself came down from heaven today and put on a fucking cop uniform, he would not be a good cop. In any situation, if government has authority over you, you are then not free. And the men who created this country designed a way so the government would never have authority over you. Period. But most people have bought into what they know as reality. Well, the reality is, if your ass had been alive in the 1770s, there'd be British flags hanging all over the place right now where I'm walking. That's the reality, because you only believe in the reality. You can't see past the reality. The reality is everybody said, you know what? We ain't playing this game no more. We could all probably be somewhat free. That's the reality. The reality is people won't do it because they know they'll be standing alone. They know everybody around them won't do it because they fear losing shit. The freest person in this country is the person who has nothing to lose, or doesn't care about losing it, one of the two. They're principled. And when I say they don't have nothing to lose, doesn't mean they don't have something to lose, as in like physical property, family, shit like that. But the value of their freedom, they understand that the value of freedom is worth more than the value of those other things. They're willing to fight for it. Sean Rowe is one of those dudes. Yep. Ain't heard a word about him, but they've all been made aware of it. They all know about it. They all know about the situation. They have to know either A, they don't, if they don't know, then A, they don't check their text or emails, which we know they do because one of them just made a video about his emails. So surely to God he'd check his phone too, or the emails that was sent with it in it, because I doubled down on that one. But you know, it's easier to talk about our saviors, the guys who fight for our freedom. If you believe that fucking shit, you're a moron. Walk east, breathe deep when you hit water, and keep walking. You're a jackass. The last people to fight for any kind of freedom we have, even arguably, was the dudes who were fighting the Japanese directly on our soil in World War II. The rest have been political puppets. But there's enough idiots going around that they can continue to fight these bankers' wars. You think it's over? It ain't over. Fuck. Trillions of dollars were just made from the last 2 decades. Trillions. You think they're going to stop? Nope. Tell you what you do. When we finally get all the way out of Afghanistan, in the few months we're not at war, you want to become a billionaire? Take everything you got and invest it in these contracting companies. When their stock drops, because they're no longer pulling in all these no big contracts. And just wait, because they will start another war, because we all know what the end game is. Okay, on some level the end game is some form of one world government. In order to have a one world government, the world must obey said government. There's people in Afghanistan that ain't going. Why aren't they going? Because they truly believe in their God. Their kids truly believe in their God. They'll never defeat that. If you want to know the truth about it, the reason we even still have the illusion of freedom is probably because of those people. Because when they start to comply and they fall in line, the restrictions will get tighter and tighter. Just as in the past, 5 years or decade, when they thought they were falling in line, our restrictions sure got tighter and tighter. The noose gets tighter, right? But anyway, I'm calmed down now. I was pissed when he sent me that text message, and I got to thinking about that video the other day, and it makes me sick that we are here supporting people who are over there now really doing nothing, getting blowed up and shit, who were just killing goat herders, because goat herders do something to you over here, because freedom is as safe as can be, guys. It's freedom is supposed to be just so safe. I had a conversation with a certain YouTuber, got about, I don't know, a couple 100,000 subscribers, I guess. He's a big supporter of the cops. After this conversation, he went on to make a video to try to explain who he supports exactly. He didn't do a very good job of it. All he had to do was say, I'm a bootlicker. He never did that in the video, but he didn't want to do that. But anyway, so we get on a conversation about the cops. And I'm like, what are you going to do when the day comes, not if, because we know it's coming, that they decide they're coming to your house to take your guns. Here's how delusional this motherfucker was. He said, well, I want to send my kids out, my wife out, and then that's my hill to die on. I said, oh yeah? You're going to be fighting? You're going to be fighting? Fucking Nancy Pelosi going to be at your front door or something? Number one, no. It's going to be the cops, the police, the ones you support. You just don't think that they affect you right now. And that's what it really is that they can't see that just because it doesn't affect me doesn't mean it's not affecting somebody else. And they're okay. As long as, it's just like the Taliban shit, right? But the Taliban, they look at it different because they've had it bled into their mind. Using their logic, applying it to the Taliban, they would support the Taliban. They should support the Taliban because the Taliban doesn't affect them, right? The Taliban says they're good. Ask them, they'll tell you. So why don't you believe that they're good? If they've never affected you, they tell you they do good things, and they're enforcing law, why don't you support them? Because the TV hasn't told you to support them? Because the TV has told you that they are bad in order to get your sons and daughters to sign up to go fight bankers' wars when the bankers aren't sending their own kids over there? Like, I get more and more disgusted with this country every day. I do, man. That's why we're leaving. That's why we're leaving here, and that's why we're leaving without a plan to go anywhere. And I know that's not the best option. I would love to have a place to go or a plan. We kind of do. You know, we do have kind of a plan in place. The problem is this, is that you can't talk to people today. So you have to guesstimate where people stand. You have to base what you guess off of partial information. So do I know a place somewhere where I would go and I feel like my kids would be safe if something happened to me? Yeah, I do. But then there's certain people there that I know are there who support these very forces that are today are violently harming people, killing people even. And they're all part of the same game. Doesn't matter if they're in Toledo, Ohio or San Diego, California. The cops are the largest, most well-funded, well-equipped, best organized gang on the planet. Doesn't matter if you're in Toledo or Southern California. Cop's a cop. You're all agents of the state, government agents. You do as you're told. You enforce the will of the king, King George. Well, nuh-uh. We have choice, freedom. We get to elect our congressional members. We get to elect our what? Wait a second. Are you the same people that 76 million of y'all said that your votes were stolen? Huh. Now go on. Well, we can go to the grocery store and we can work and we can buy homes. Oh yeah, you can go to the grocery store and pay a tax on food, or go to work and pay a 15% tax for doing so. Or you can build a home after you pay for the permission slips and the tax on the land. And then the more permission slips, you can get inspections and they can tell you if it's good enough for you to live in or not, or if it's a safe dwelling or whatever that shit may be. Get the fuck out of here. Being permitted to earn the basic necessities in life isn't freedom. Well, we're the freest country in the world. Yeah, the house slave was the freest slave on the fucking plantation. His ass was still a slave. But that's what you get when you do that, when they try that shit. Well, we're freer than Mexico. Well, yeah, okay, and still not as free as I should be. Because right now we just all suffer from the illusion of freedom. You know, like I said before, I've been in prisons and I walk out the unit and I'm like, it kind of looks like this in a way. The buildings are just different. There's trees and shit and nicely manicured grass. And I couldn't see a fence. I was smart enough to know the fence was there. And if you ain't smart enough to know that you're just in a big prison, I'll tell you what you do. Let's place a little bet here. I know what we're about to make off this house. I will put everything that we're about to make on this house against your $1. So if you lose, you give me $1. If I win, I give you everything. What you do is you go get on what they call an aeroplane and try to leave. Just say, I'm going somewhere. Well, do you got your passport? Nope. Watch what happens. I was free to leave Lancaster. All I had to do was put it in a transfer to go to fucking London. Ask for permission. And they'd say, okay. And then one morning I'd wake up and they'd say, pack your shit. And I'd be rolling out going to London. Same thing here. Just because you're mobile and they don't have somebody watching you or feeding you or telling you when you can take a piss or shit, doesn't mean that you're free. It means you suffer from the illusion of freedom, and that part of that, what keeps that illusion going, is these people who are other illusions, like supporting Jason. While you, oddly enough, forget about Sean Rowe, who died here, who was murdered here, who had harmed nobody here. As far as I know, he didn't even have a firearm, Raven. I still haven't read anything that said that he had a firearm. Not within reach, not in hand, nothing. Yeah, he knew it when he said it. He was dying that day. It's sad if you're reaching out the rules won't apply. Right, money talks, man. So I said earlier, like, you know, I'm not the dude that needs to be rich. There's shit that I want that if I had money, it'd be nice. Like, I want night vision. I don't know why I'm in love with night vision. Been talking about it for months. I can't afford it, though. So, realistically, I'm not going to have it anytime soon. Unless, of course, I say, oh my God, support our troops. Buy my coffee. Jesus says you're going to hell unless you donate $1,000 right down there. I'm just playing. Don't do that. Gay note, I'm not telling people to send me their checks again. I was only kidding when I did that. Didn't really expect anybody to take me serious. But that's what they do. And it's like the optics. Dude, like, listen. I'm so keen on the optics, I could make a separate channel away from this. And as long as nobody's seen it, I could be rich. Fucking rich. I would go around reading scripture, talking about the end of the world, talking about half-ass preparedness. Praise Yeshua. I'm running. I would do a nonprofit for the troops, for the battered women. 2 separate nonprofits, and I would be CEO of both. Convince you that you needed to donate for whatever my cause was. Then people would donate, and I would get rich. That's how all these channels do it. You know, whether it be about I'm the most patriotic, constitutional, loving constitutionalist, but I don't know dick about the Constitution. You know, I'm a patriot, but write the ATF and beg them to be nice when they already know how you feel. Guys, you got to do this, guys. I'm fighting for our rights. I'm fighting for our Second A rights, guys. Look, it says right here in the Second Amendment, shall not be infringed. You know what that means, right, guys? That's our rights. And you have all these troops over here that are responsible for your freedoms, fighting all these goat herders in a country that had nothing to do with the terrorist attacks that led to us fucking with all these countries. Oh my God, I just had Bear hit Garage's soul on me for a second. It was weird. But I won't do that. I could do it. I just won't do it. Don't get me wrong, if you'd like to send me 14 grand right now, I would definitely get me a cool ass piece of kit. It seems that the people that want to be free, though, recognize that there's a problem. They usually recognize that problem because they don't have the money to buy their freedom, right? Money makes you free to a certain, it doesn't make you free, but it opens doors that you otherwise wouldn't have. So I'm here at my house. If I was rich, I would probably be on a yacht somewhere since it's nice out. I don't even want to go on a yacht. I just want to run around in the dark like Superman, seeing everything in green. Shining my mall on the house, looking a quarter mile away. And people buy into the shit, man. Like it blows my mind. Like the optics are what rules. And it doesn't matter what you actually do. It just matters what you say and what people believe. People believe the stupidest shit. They believe just whatever the fuck they are told to believe. Well, I'm a pro 2A patriot constitutionalist. Okay. What have you done to show that? Well, I support our troops in Afghanistan that are over there fighting so that you can be free here. Okay. Well, how exactly does that work? Well, if it wasn't for them, those goat herders would have got together because they're mad at the U.S. because we invaded their shit as terrorists, because, you know, that's what terrorists do for political reasons. They harm people and try to force people into their political beliefs. And they would eventually have got together and they would have saved up all their money from their opium crops. And they would have came over here and they would have harmed such a minute amount of the population that when you're talking about statistically in math, it wouldn't even matter. So that's worth a 2-decade war, hundreds of thousands of lives, and it's worth it all. Now, I don't want your money, but because of the government, like, check this out. Here's the role I'm going to play. Now, because of the government, and this is true, so I'm not lying here, because of the government, I am being forced to move. Forced to move, right? It's because of government. I shouldn't do this. I'm going to though. And yeah, what's up? Bye, love. You gay? Yeah, yeah. Gay all day. Gay all day. That's your name. That's what you should be. What should be your YouTube name? Gay all day. Wanna walk with me, babe? Huh? Wanna walk with me?
I gotta get in the shower.
Yeah, go wash your stinking ass. Huh? So go wash your stinky butt.
They can just say bye.
Hold on, yeah. No, I'm not done yet. What? Oh, bye. I'll give you a kiss. But because of the government, I'm being forced to move. Forced to relocate. And I don't want your all's money. PayPal's right down there, though. Now, I have to go straight to our new house that we're going to buy. But in the meantime, I'm going to buy a truck, a trailer. We're going to take a little trip that I previously planned, but I'm not telling you guys about this, right? So you don't know about this. You just know that I'm being forced to move. Would that really be a lie? No. But we see people do it. We've seen people do it, and people buy it. Well, the government's making me and my wife and kids travel to Florida, so we got to go. And we can't afford to go because I no longer monetized on YouTube, because I rely on YouTube money that I knew was going to disappear, but I'm smarter than the algorithm, so they can't make it disappear. So I need you guys. I don't want you to donate your money, guys. But if you don't donate your money, I'm going to be working at McDonald's, and you're not going to get any more videos because I have so much better shit to do with my time. I'm just fucking around. The government is making me move, but they're not making me move. I'm choosing to move because I'm sick of the government bullshit. Now, I don't expect anybody to pay for it. That's why I don't ask for money for me. I'm broke all the motherfucking time. It is what it is. It's called life. Fuller is forward. No shit. That 250 Super Duty. I like the flex fuel. I don't know why you buy a Super Duty if it's not a Super Duty, because when I think Super Duty, I think diesel. Diesel. This Bible is just to be closer to God. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Guys, I need to buy a jet so I can spread my message faster, so I can go from point A to point B faster. I need money so I can rent out coliseums and have freedom talks about how everybody should just comply with it, just comply with their local law enforcement and support them, and they will be as free as they're told they can be. Like, it's all shenanigans and bullshit, man. It's all like based on optics. It's confirmation bias based on the optics of what people want you to see. You know what I mean? I know a YouTuber, and this is no bullshit. Liberty Chick, you on here? I hope she is. She can confirm this. She's heard the conversations. Now, this person is made to be like he is some kind of fucking, war fighter for rights and freedom and shit. Number one, he don't even believe in rights. Number two, he's a complete motherfucking pervert. Complete pervert. Like, pervert. He says some shit I wouldn't even ever think. Oh, wait, my bad, man. You're right. Now, guys, I'm being forced to move to a place, I'm being forced to go to a place I don't want to go. And as coincidental as it may seem, I made plans to go to this place 5 months prior to this and posted it on my community tab. And we're going straight there and straight back, and I just got to figure out how to get there. I mean, renting a car, I could just rent a car, but the obvious thing to do when you're broke and you're spending other people's money is to buy a car. So I need to buy a Lamborghini. No, scratch that. I need to buy a 93 Fox body and completely redo it in the way that I would want it done. That's $100,000 right there, guys. That's the only way that makes sense. And then after I build my car, because renting a car, just is too expensive. We're going to go straight there and do this thing the government's making me do and come straight back. And then I'm going to make a video, and the video saying we're going to be there in 10 hours. And then for the next 3 days, I'm going to show you all the fucking bullshit we do that costs a ton of money, like going to zoos and shit. Because the government made me do it. And then when I get back, after building that car and going to that place the government forced me to go that I didn't want to go and I didn't want to build the car, I'm then going to buy a new car. Because I'm all broken shit. That's what you do when you're broke. You buy more shit. And then when I can't afford that, and I threaten you with me having to work a job at McDonald's, and that you will not get any more videos, I will then have you pay for my car too. How's that one, John? Is that better? I can't really do it, man. I can't really gay myself out enough. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. I look just like him, sort of. From here up. All my exes live in Texas. I don't know who this guy is, but he seems trustworthy. This is my alter ego. Damn, look at all that trash. You can tell we threw a party last night. Trash overflowed out of the garbage can. You see, guys, if it wasn't for you and your lazy ass is not going to work making more money, I would have this truck fixed by now. You need to go to work and make more money and send it to my PayPal, although I don't want you to send it to my PayPal. But you should, if you want to send it to my PayPal, it's right down there. Don't feel responsible or nothing, guys. But if you don't do it, I'm not making no more videos because I have so much better shit to do on days I don't have nothing to do like today. Because I'm all caught up with my responsibilities. Almost. I could go back to work, and I need to go back to work. But, there's always a but, right? I'm not going to be here. I called about a job the other day. And I need to go back to work. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind being broke, but fuck. Sometimes, like, just being broke sucks. And it's all y'all's fault. I'm what they call YouTube famous now. I got like 10 people that regularly watch me on YouTube. I'm famous. See, if you all just paid your what's it called? When you pay Jesus, your 10%, what's that called? The church? Your tithes? They call tithes? I can't ever say it. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, well, they're here lots of small towns too. That's in your percentage in yours, as far as you just have it at least. Oh man, I don't like doing impressions of people, man. Somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt. I can't beat BG. That dude's off the chain, man. He's funny as shit. I actually just texted him this morning because I was going to put the live stream that he and I did. I was going to cut it up, not cut the live stream up, but cut it because it was my live stream and then he came into it. So I'm going to cut the front part of it off and I'm going to post it to Freedom Inc. And I just texted him to ask him if he cared because I didn't want to do it if he mind. You know what I mean? I didn't want to make it look like I was trying to profit or trying to not profit, but I was trying to do anything because of him. You know what I'm saying? Like use him in any way. So I texted him like, hey man, you care if I post this on Free to Make? He's like, no, go ahead, post it anywhere you want, man. So I want to post it on Free to Make tonight sometime. And I don't make fun. I don't do any impressions, but of I can I can do an impression of Gay Note. I cut a picture out of one of his things when I was gonna do something about him, and it looks like he's sucking a dick. It's funnier than shit. I think I still got it on my phone. Who's a weirdo? Don't want to let me do anything. I'm gonna put up another weird pic of you on a whiteboard again, dude. When that first happened, man, dude, like what happened between CRS and I. Okay, so here's the deal. What happened when I first started talking to CRS? Christy's like, you need to stay away from him. Like, why? She's like, because he isn't about what we're about. And I was like, I get that, but at least he's honest enough to say that it's about money. It's not about freedom or rights or none of that shit. It's about money, and that was his position. Then when the whole thing happened with Justin and all the key cards, just one day he wouldn't text me back or call me back, and it wasn't like I was calling him every day or anything. Like about once every week, I'd be like, "Hey, did you hear anything from Justin?" And he just quit answering me. But then I'd left a comment on this video and he answered me. I'm like, wait a second, you got time to answer me in the comment thread on YouTube because it's beneficial to him. Okay, so views equals comments, comments equals more comments, which equals more views, which equals a bigger paycheck. Like when it comes down to that shit, he's got that game figured out. 100% he does. You know, just like he said, he made a video with Dark. At 70,000 subscribers, he could have retired, posted one video every Friday, and lived very well for the money he makes off of YouTube. Never having to be worried about getting a strike or anything because all them videos are already up, and lived very well. When I said that they make 20 grand a month and fucking Reno May came over and acted like I was full of shit, how do you think I got those numbers, dude? Who do you think told me those numbers? Probably the same person that said he could have retired after 70,000 subs by making only one video a week and posting it. You know, there's certain people in this world that like to brag about how much money they make, right? And when they do, they don't realize they're telling people shit. If you're making 250 grand in 12 months, generous hours, why do you need to try to extort money from your viewers too? Because number one, I know why. I'll tell you why. I could be wrong. Just my feeling though. You know, there's certain women in this world that they need a certain thing for relationships. They need this thing or else they ain't happy. It's called money. Stacks and stacks and stacks. There's one certain female, every time I talk to somebody, they'd be in the background talking about stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks, right? Like, well, that's weird. Like my woman fucking, we ain't never talk about money like that. Like I've been broke for half our damn relationship. But when you have low self-confidence and self-esteem, you need something like money, or else your other half likes to run off and do their thing, right? Just my opinion. Because like if you cared about your subscribers, why would you do some shit like that? You know, I mean, there's part of me that understands it in a way. Like for example, let's just say this is totally just made up. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm not stating anything. I'm not saying I expect it to happen. I'm just making an example. If my subscribers got together and I wind up with the money to get the night vision I want, the whole setup, the whole get up, the helmet I want, with the dual tubes, green phosphorus, mall, do you think that would be for nothing? Let that sink in. You wouldn't be buying me a new car. or paying for my family vacation, it would be for something that would further our cause, whether that be today or next week. I'm not saying that it would be next week. I'm not saying, okay, I'll order this shit and it comes in the mail and it's here in 6 months, because you gotta wait 6 months now, and then I immediately put it to use. No, but it would be put to use. Guarantee it. Bet your ass. But not these other things. These other people, it's like I don't know. I guess the same argument can be made for a fake Hellcat, just as an example. I guess you can make that argument. You know, people, I don't know, man. It's a weird conversation, because when you start talking about it, people look at it like you're jealous and shit, and it has nothing to do with jealousy at all. I could give a shit less if I'm broke. I just don't like seeing people taken advantage of when they don't understand what's really happening. For example, you paid for a trip for somebody to go to Florida, who then came back, used some of that money to then get a car. They financed a car. They financed the $30,000 car for $50,000, $40,000. They are then using that car to start a second channel to then profit more from their subscribers, because the profit they make from YouTube isn't enough. They've proven that it's not enough. Making $150 grand a year just from YouTube is not enough. So what is enough? What are you willing to do for that money? How much of your soul are you willing to sell for that money? If the federal government came to him today and said, "Hey, we know you did a video with," I mean, I'm not the dude, and I've said this before, that calls people snitches and shit. I will say I find it really fucking odd that the feds keep knocking on people's doors that certain people talk to. I need to be mean, stack like Mac. I can't, dude. There ain't no stacking when you're me, because I don't manipulate people into giving me their money. So 40 hours plus 40 hours at a time just to barely get by. And I mean, in Demon Slayer, that's ridiculous that you do that, man. And like when it comes to that, we've seen what's happened over the last 2 decades. Wages over the last 2 decades have been stagnant, while prices have went through the roof because of inflation, and you were stuck at the bottom. You know, when even in the 80s, my mom worked because she wanted to work, and we didn't have money and shit, so like we wasn't rich by no means. I remember my dad, he made good money at the time, and he would bring home $400 paychecks, and he worked in Ohio, and we lived in Tennessee. You can't do that today, man. If both partners don't work in a relationship, you're going to be having roommates or something. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, stacking bills. I get that, man. I'm in debt bigger than fuck too over this house. I went way over budget on this house. The budget was $5 grand. I quit counting at 12. So we're probably, I mean, we spent our whole savings, everything, and some. We spent our whole savings and all their credit cards. And when I ran out of credit card money, I was like, I ain't fixing nothing else. Fuck it. It's what it is. And what's crazy about that is that you work 40 hours a week plus 40 hours of overtime. You're exhausted, barely making it, and you have all these bills. Yet there's some people that made a career out of sitting on their couch. And I know people are, oh shit, my battery's down to 5%. That made a career out of sitting out on their couch and you paying for them, and they don't have no bills. And they're comfortably numb. Hey! It's just me, dumbasses. Alright guys, my phone's about to die. I'm at 5%. So I guess I'm gonna jump off here. Or I can plug my phone in, I guess, and keep yakking if you guys want to yak. Get away, doggy. That's my seat. Hold on 1 second, y'all.
You got one?
Yeah, I got one right here. Oh, look at my diesel. Him loves me. Oh, look at my neighbor. Her loves me too. Oh my goodness, they love me. They love bite my face. No bites. No bite. No bite. Quit biting my damn lips. No bite. Say hi, Diesel. Say hi. Tell them how happy you are, fatso. Look how fat my guy is. Come here. Come here. Come here. Look, I'm trying to show you how fat he is. What do you mean? Hey. Hey. No. Watch him. that shit. He'll do it. He'll do it every time too. I love you. You're a good boy. Tell me that's not the funniest shit you ever seen. I've never seen a dog do that. Don't even ask me how I figured it out. There's a damn good coon dog, ain't him? Go get a coon. Go chase a raccoon up the tree. He's faked me out. That's funny shit. I don't care who you are. I've never seen a dog do that. And I don't even know how I figured it out. But I did. And now he does it all the time. It's funnier than hell. But now my dogs are going to starve because the government's making me move. Got to get in the character. Now my dogs are going to starve because the government's making me move, and I'm going to have to go to McDonald's to work while my wife stays home and takes care of my kids because they're not of age of 18 yet, so they can't take care of themselves. So I'm going to have to work 600 hours overtime at McDonald's. I'm going to sell cheeseburgers at the window for people that didn't pay for them just to make it. And you're not going to get any more videos of me just yakking about shit that's on my mind. How was that one? Come here, Nova. Come here, Nova. Nova's a good girl. Nova's the protector. Come here. Come on. Come on, shit eater. Come on. Get up here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Listen to me. Come here. Nova. Come. You're a bad doggy.
Your dog eats it too. Ronnie today.
I have a feeling when I finally get my crap together, the economy will collapse. Yeah, dude, we're not far away from it. I mean, look at our dollar. I mean, everything is so, the things have not went up in value. Hyperinflation has taken over, man. That's what's happening. Like there's no reason this house should have sold or be selling for what it is. We don't even know. They can still back out of it. How long they got to back out of it? Christy.
What?
Text Tabby and see how long they actually had to back out of buying the house.
Okay.
But hyperinflation, dude, it's kicked into full gear. The best thing that could actually happen, depending on your situation, is the economy collapse. This moratorium thing is going to be a big player, a big factor in how things turn out. If they let the moratorium go through, they let it fall, let those bankruptcies happen, which are those evictions happen, which is about 11 million FHA loans. Then prices of land will drop, home values will drop. If you're somebody like me who's selling your home, wanting to buy more land, another piece of property or home or something, it will be beneficial to me. If you live in a place and you're not planning on selling, it's not going to affect you. Okay, so your house is like the stock market that you don't lose until you sell. But if you're somebody who is just coming up, how do I say this? For somebody who is planning on selling to relocate like we are, it's going to harm you. But at the same time, those other lands and homes, the values of those will also be dropping. I got a crazy cat over here. Going ape shit crazy. Where's my cat? She's going crazy. Watch her. Hold on. Just watch her for a second. She'll do it in a minute. I'll just go watch her. There she is. Oh, there's a doggy. Oh, there's a kitty. Kitty and the doggy having it at war. No.
My kitty love.
Oh, you messing with the kitty? Oh, that's a bad Nova. You're not allowed to mess with the kitty. Come here, kitty babies.
Kim said let your hair down, Nick.
I let my hair down. There you go. Listen, if you are a male and you still have hair in your head, I want to let you in on the secret of life. You know how like when you shave and you're like, it just like feels refreshing. You know what I'm saying? You shave, take a shower, you just like feel refreshed. Imagine that all over your head. Shave your head. I don't see hard assets losing value if inflation happens. Explain. Well, it doesn't. They don't actually lose value. So if inflation continues to happen, it depends on what you mean. Depends on how it happens. Okay, so when you're just talking about directly inflation, it doesn't lose value. The problem is that everything around. So let's say that you have a home, okay, and it because of inflation, it sells for $50,000 more than it's actually worth. Well, but you need to move, or you need to build another home or buy land. So the land and homes around you have also, come here, dummy. The land and homes around you have also went up in value because of that inflation. But they're not actually going up in value. It's just the inflation affecting it.
She has until midnight tonight to decide.
Midnight tonight, and that's it.
That's it. And she said she'll let her know so she talks to her clients tonight.
Fucking my fucking A. Midnight tonight. So they had until midnight tonight to back out. So they're locked in with the contract. It's midnight tonight. And what happens after that? I can sue them. I can kill them. I can beat them up. What do I get to do? Hey.
I'm texting.
I mean, because my dog here, my killer dog here, likes to eat people that don't like to.
Foreclosures are going to be devastating.
Who said that? Tabby?
Ken.
Oh, yeah. They are. I mean, they could be. It just, but the problem with it is still is inflation. Quit biting my toe, dummy. That hurts. Oh. You know, our country, there's a lot of things going on right now that plays into it, man. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, inflation's hard to talk about. Inflation itself is terrible because if you have $100,000 in the bank and the price of homes goes up, you know, inflation happens and the price of homes goes up by $50,000. Your $100,000 is no longer worth $100,000. It's worth $70,000. Does that make sense? I mean, there's still $100,000 there, but I guess you have to look at it on like a timeline. So if I put $100,000 in the bank today, 5 years from now, I will only be able to buy with that $100,000 what I could buy today for $10,000. So it's I'm not good at talking about it. I understand how it works. I understand the problems with it, but there's a lot of things that could go into play right here, especially when it comes to like home ownership or home values or land values. This moratorium, man. They've had this moratorium going on for a year and a half now. There's been people that haven't paid their rent or their mortgages for all this time. And then the day is going to come when they could actually take it and put see, it's more about bankers getting rich, because what they could do is they could take the people who haven't paid for the last 18 months and they can put that 18 months on the back side of the loan. Meaning, okay, you didn't pay for the last 18 months because of this pandemic. We're going to add 18 months to your loan to start paying your bills again now. They could do that. But they don't make the most money by doing that. No, they make the most money by saying, you owe me now, give me the last 18 months of rent, quit doggy. Give me the $18,000 you owe me for the last 18 months of rent, or more for your mortgage. When you don't have it, we're going to evict you. Now we can come after you for that money you owe, plus we can sell the house to somebody else. So they double down on their money, further indebting people to the system. And it's scary. I mean, there's no reason, like, say I went out and bought a $80,000 truck today. I could get a 7-year loan on that. I could pay it off. You know, my payment would be $1,200, $1,300 a month, but it's still possible. Why do they calculate home mortgages different, the interest different than they do for cars? Interest is interest. They do it because everybody needs a house. And if your goal is the American dream, and that's home ownership to you, whatever that dream is, everybody has to have a place to live. So there has to be enough houses for people. So what do? It's like if I was to put a tax on things, the thing I would tax the most is food. You have to have food to eat. So if you're going to buy it, you're going to pay the most for it. And then we do things like create regulations where you can't build your own homes. You know, you could go out and buy a piece of land that has standing timber on it. You could buy a sawmill. You could saw your own lumber to build that entire house, but it will not pass inspection anywhere in this country unless there's just counties that don't have inspections like that. Chris, get the dog away from the cat. Get it, babies. Leave that dog. Tell her to leave that damn dog alone, or leave that cat alone.
Come on.
What family would you move to? Use in public. Right? I mean, like, we're doing our own thing. I'll tell you, we do this because they rape our women and won't let us kill them. So people like us, no, not to snitch. Well, I mean, listen, you know why that? You want to know why they took the mafia down? Because they were in direct competition with the government. That's why. That's all government is legalized mafia. Like, people use terms like legal, the law, right? So what's constitutional and you can enforce, which makes you free because your government can only govern you how you want them to. And legality is two totally different things. What?
Well, buyers can technically walk away any time of the deal, but in order to redeem their earnest money, they need to respond by midnight. They sent me an addendum asking for repairs. I sent back an email saying our contract said inspectors for knowledge only and buying as is, that my sellers will not do any repairs, and we have backup offers. We have backup offers to just release the contract. Then she called me saying they do not want to release. I will know by the end of tonight. So
there's no fucking repairs. What do they want me to do? Wipe the wall?
I know, that's what it says. But it doesn't matter. It says, listen, fuck you, we're not doing no repairs, so we have backup offers. Right. We can just release the contract. They said, no, we do not want to release. We'll let you know for sure tonight what we can work out, whatever. I don't know. That's what it says.
All right. So that's
called
what's going
saying
on with the house.
They did not want to release. I will know by the end of the night.
All right. So just to explain what went on with the house, because we've been talking about this. The house was, somebody put an offer out there to buy it for a certain price and no inspection, and then there was an inspection, which I don't really get. So it's just like an inspection, I guess, to see like what was wrong with the house, which it don't make no fucking sense. You're gonna buy it or you're not. You walk through the damn house. You got 4 people living here. It obviously ain't too freaking bad. But then they sent an addendum over wanting repairs, and my realtor told them to kick rocks. They don't give a shit about you. We'll release the contract, and they said not to. So they have till midnight tonight to decide what they're going to do. Hey, thanks, Demon Slayer. Oh shit, wrong person. Good luck on your fucking sale. Yeah, thanks, man. Legal ain't lawful. No, it's not, Ken. People don't understand that. People don't understand that they've taken in unconstitutional ways and made legality to the new norm. It's a bunch of bullshit. Shit. You can cuss on here. You can cuss in live streams. Try it. Say the F word in the live stream and see if it pops up. Go ahead, Demon Slayer. Say it. Say the F word. And not food either. I don't know if it'll let you cuss in the live streams or not. Much better than Sharia, so let me tell you how it is. See, you can cuss in live streams. Right there you go. But now I don't think the live chat will come up.
So the F comes up?
Yeah.
Well, I knew it wouldn't come up. Who's that?
I have no clue who that is. It sounds like a grown man knocking on the door, though. The cops out there? It's answer the door. Hang on, I gotta answer the door.
Who it is?
Who that be? What's up, Terrence? Hey, is Philip here?
Philip.
Yeah, Terrence and Philip. Hold on, we're gonna find out. Where's it? Hey, get away! Quit it! Hang on 1 second, Terrence. So my neighbor kid that looks like a grown man. He don't look like a grown man. He looks way older than what he is. He's like 12 and he looks like he's probably 17. Some words they drop your chat automatically on YouTube. Dude, my chats are never very, 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 very seldom are my chats up. Like when you go back and watch the live stream, the chats will be up. You thought you were here a pop, 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 pop. No, why would you hear a pop, 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 pop? He's outside. Don't go out there with your socks on, though, buddy.
No.
You got your schoolwork done today? Hey, go find out Trey's got his schoolwork done today, please.
Straight to sleep. Ow! He said,
I saw him on schoolwork earlier. What did you say?
Did it come up?
Yeah, I can come on.
It never usually let me say.
Alright.
Okay. Never does.
Yeah.
Usually it won't show because I was
And
like,
live stream is different.
Mom,
Live stream is different.
for
But
like just like for a few minutes, can you put him in there?
What?
why?
Like for like 4 minutes.
Put him out. Just put him out back. If he's coming in, put him out back. Terrence wants to come in.
Just real quick.
Outside?
Just real quick.
Hey!
Hey!
That quick dog start fighting. This is what we have to go through because my dogs are idiots. My one dog he just don't want to get used to people, man. He won't bite people, but he'll like he'll like act like he's biting you. It's crazy shit. What y'all gonna do today?
Probably just go outside.
How much of your schoolwork you got done? What? So what makes you think you're going outside? I will beat him. That's funny. I thought I hear pop, 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 pop. No, no. We're trying to stay away from that, man. We're trying to live. We don't want. It's good being the black president. What? I don't know. But anyway, y'all. Oh, okay, sorry, I'm done ranting now. I want to text Cuttaboy32 right now and ask him why, if he is so proud of the vets and shit, why he doesn't care about the vets here. That's what I'm about to do. I texted him the other night. I didn't get a reply. Imagine that. But guys, have a good day. I gotta go deal with my dogs. Alright, I gotta go. My dog's trying to jump the fence. Here, take care of my phone.
What do you do?
It's still on, so. Yeah. Go, Rick.